Every morning, millions of people wake up to the same routine. The alarm rings, the clock starts ticking, and another workday begins. We rush to our jobs, check our schedules, answer messages, and spend most of our day following a plan. For us, this feels completely normal. But have you ever stopped and asked yourself a strange question? What did humans do all day before jobs existed? Before offices, before salaries, before bosses, and before the 9-to-5 routine became a part of everyday life? How did our ancestors spend their days? Most people imagine ancient humans as primitive cave dwellers struggling to survive every minute of the day. But the truth is far more surprising. In many ways, their daily lives were completely different from ours. They didn't wake up to alarm clocks, they didn't rush through traffic, and they certainly didn't spend 8 hours sitting behind a desk. Their world operated by a different set of rules shaped by nature rather than schedules. So what exactly filled their days? How much time did they spend working? What did they do for food, shelter, family, and survival? And could their lifestyle reveal something important about the way we live today? The answers might completely change the way you think about work, time, and human nature. To find out, we need to travel back thousands of years and discover how ancient humans really spent their days. To understand ancient life, we first need to forget almost everything we know about modern work. For more than 95% of human history, people lived as hunter-gatherers. There were no offices, no companies, and no fixed working hours. Instead of earning money, people focused on finding food, protecting their families, and surviving in nature. Most days began with the rising sun. Small groups would leave their camps to search for animals, fish, fruits, nuts, and edible plants. Everyone had a role to play. Some hunted, some gathered food, while others cared for children or prepared tools and equipment needed for daily life. But here's something that surprises many people. Researchers studying hunter-gatherer societies have found that many ancient humans may have spent fewer hours working than the average modern employee. In some cases, gathering enough food for the day required only a few hours of effort. Once their basic needs were met, they weren't rushing between meetings or staring at screens. They spent time resting, talking, teaching, crafting tools, telling stories, and strengthening relationships within their community. Life was challenging, but it wasn't necessarily an endless cycle of work. In fact, compared to many people today, ancient humans may have enjoyed far more free time than we imagine. If ancient humans weren't working all day, what exactly did they do with the rest of their time? A huge part of their lives revolved around their community. Unlike modern society, where many people can live independently, survival in ancient times depended heavily on cooperation. People shared food, tools, knowledge, and responsibilities. No one could survive completely alone for very long. As the day came to an end, campfires became gathering places where stories were shared from one generation to the next. These weren't just entertaining stories. They contained valuable lessons about animals, weather patterns, dangerous locations, and survival strategies. Long before schools, books, or the internet existed, storytelling served as humanity's classroom. Children learned by observing adults in real situations. They watched how food was gathered, how tools were made, and how problems were solved. Learning happened naturally through experience rather than formal lessons. At the same time, adults spent time creating tools, repairing equipment, and improving shelters. What's most surprising is that these activities weren't separated into categories like work, education, and family life. They were all connected. Daily life itself was the learning process. For ancient humans, work, relationships, and personal growth blended together so closely that there was rarely a clear line between living and working.